Shall come to order. I'd like to ask the clerk to take roll.
Chairman Respicio.
Present.
Senator Tom Atta.
Present.
Speaker Wampat. Vice Speaker Cruz. Senator Munya Barnes. Senator Uggan. Senator Rodriguez.
Here.
Senator Nicholas. Senator Underwood.
Here.
Senator Tony Atta.
Good afternoon, President.
Senator Torres. Mr. Chair, there is a quorum.
Thank you. On item 3, approval of the COR meeting minutes from February 12, subject to corrections. Is there a motion? Okay, it's been moved by Senator Uggan, second by everybody else. On that motion, there being no objections, so ordered. I'd like to recognize our Legislative Secretary, Senator Tina Munya Barnes, to give an update on the document tracking.
Mr. Chair, as it relates to appointments to the various different committees out there between the month late February and March, there have been 9 additional appointments submitted to this body. For the rules and regulations, there are 3 pending. The latest one coming in on March 23rd. That's the University of Guam's rules and regulations for the SFAP, which is the Student Financial Assistance Program, the Triton Summer Bridge Program. On March 21st, there was also, for the Committee on Health, the Division of Environmental Health of the Department of Public Health and Social Services proposed rules and regs governing the contracting and the independent environmental health inspection company to conduct the inspections of temporary workforce housing. And then on February 23rd, also the revised rules and regulations relative to the arts and buildings as related to Public Law 31-118, and that's for reports on rules and regulations. And then on the zone changes, to date, Mr. Chair, no submissions for the month of February at our last COR meeting to this date has been submitted. None have been submitted on zone changing. So that's the committee reports as for legislative reports.
Thank you, Senator Barnes. Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to say that the 2 rules and regulations that were sent to the legislature from the University of Guam, I want for membership to understand is that no action really will be taken on either one of these because of an amendment that was part of the very first legislation about scholarships that Senator Tom Atta had put in an amendment that the rules and regs will be done, submitted to the legislature, but there will not be any need for any action to be taken. It's automatically adopted. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, on the next, thank you for that. The next item is the ratification of referrals. I'll entertain a motion that we ratify the referrals I made for Bills 252-33 through Bill 284-33. Okay, it's been moved and second. There being no objections ordered, as well as the appointments. Okay, it's been moved by Speaker Wampat and seconded by Senator Barnes. There's, on that motion, there being no objections against ordered, as well as resolutions. Okay, moved by Speaker Wampat and seconded by Vice Speaker Cruz. There being no objections, motion carries. Regarding the placement of items on the session, I'll go around and hear motions from each of you regarding either bills, resolutions, or appointments that will be placed on the session agenda. And I want to begin by recognizing our Vice Chair, Senator Tom Atta.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to move to place Bill 253-33 COR. It's an act relative to the carryover of fiscal year 2014 and 2015 appropriations for the Department of Public Works. And all the bill simply does is it adds the additional authorization to be able to use the lapses for the purchase of new buses. And so DPW has requested for this bill in view of the fact that they can, the amount of lapses will enable them to continue on with the maintenance function that was originally envisioned, and also now to buy additional buses.
Okay, on Senator Ada's motion to place Bill 253-CR, and again, it's whatever version is reported out by the Committee of Oversight. There being no objections, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll also like to move to place Bill 273-33 COR, which is an act to amend Public Law 28101 relative to the Department of Corrections Protective Zone and the owner of Lot 5400-Art 6 in Manilo. And basically what this bill does is that when the law was initially enacted, it authorized a specific person to be able to exchange the property. That individual has since passed away, but has actually had necessary paperwork done to make that benefit inure to the daughter. So the bill basically now changes that it'll be the land exchange will go to that original landowner or the heirs that have been so designated. In addition to that, what the bill does is normally when we have a land exchange, the individual that's involved is required to get a land appraisal done. In this case, because the government was the one that came in and condemned the property, the bill makes an amendment of a notwithstanding so that the most current land assessment on the tax roll is used as the appraised value for purposes of land exchange.
Okay, so on the motion to place Bill 273-33 and whatever version is reported out by Senator Ada's committee, there being no objections, so ordered.
And then finally, we will be conducting tomorrow 2 confirmation hearings. One is Mrs. John G. Feheran, otherwise goes by the name Pika. She's been appointed to the Chamorro Land Trust Commission. And Mr. Ricardo C. Duenas, who's been appointed to the Guam International Airport Board of Directors. We will be conducting those public hearings, confirmation hearings tomorrow, and we'll have the report out in time for the session.
Okay, since those appointments have not been heard publicly, can we just wait till session? When we're under motions, I wouldn't object to putting that on the agenda.
Okay.
Although there's no problems I'm foreseeing with these 2 nominees, we should at least have that hearing. Thank you, Senator Ada.
Thank you.
But that the clerk should know that that's 2 items that should be on the agenda. Okay, thanks. To be moved under motions. Okay, thank you, Senator Ada. Speaker Wampat?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I don't have any bills to be placed on the agenda. However, I do have an appointment of Richard Sablan to be appointed to the GC Board of Trustees.
GCC?
Yes.
Okay, on Speaker Wampat's motion to place Mr. Richard Sablan to GCC Board of Trustees, there being
Is
no...
that Richard A?
No, yeah, Richard.
There being no objections, so ordered.
Let me see. Do you have my paper there?
Speaker Wampat, do you have any other?
Can I have it right now? I was just confirming legal counsel. Yes, Richard P. Sablan.
Okay, Richard P. Sablan. Thank you. Mr. Vice Speaker?
Thank you. I have no bills, but I do have a resolution 299 relative to supporting Congresswoman Vidalio's amendment to the AmeriCorps bill.
Okay, on the motion to place Resolution 299, there being no objections, so ordered.
And I have one appointment. The committee report has already been circulated on Peter Calvo to the Civil Service Commission.
Okay, on the motion to place Mr. Peter Calvo to the Civil Service Commission Executive Director, there being no objections, ordered. Okay, thank you. Senator Barnes.
To response, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I don't have any bills for this session, but there were two pending bills on second reading on last session agenda. I mean, yes, on second reading, and I just wanted to confirm for the record, does that still stay in?
No, it
in case-
doesn't. We have a practice that once we're adjourned, that any remaining bills on the second reading file goes back to Committee on Rules.
Okay.
So if you would like to see it on the session agenda, then a motion would have to be made, either here or in session.
In session. Okay. So I just wanted to get that confirmation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your cooperation. Okay. Anything else, Senator Barnes?
Just because I wanted to note that those two bills were on session floor, and we were working closely with the oversight chair on lands to make sure that all the necessary documentation and maps and communication is being worked on before we can get it back on. So I just wanted to share that for the record.
And hopefully that can be done in time for the April session.
April session.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, Senator Rodriguez, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I move to place Bill 275. This is relative to the Dock and Shoreline Reinforcement Economic Enhancement Project and the completion of construction, repair, and improvements of the Guam Fishermen's Cooperative Association facility.
Okay, on Senator Rodriguez's motion to place Bill 275 and whatever version is reported out by his committee, right? That went to your...
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Okay, there
reported
being
out.
no objections, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The second bill, as Bill 277-33, it's an act to direct GITA to develop and publish a request for information relative to how an interested contractor, hospital management team, or operator would transition government operation of the Guam Memorial Hospital to a public-private partnership while continuing to provide quality hospital services which are accessible to all the people of Guam, and the overall assessment of Guam's delivery of healthcare services.
Okay, on the motion to place Bill 277-33,
Is that as introduced?
As substituted.
whatever version the
Substituted,
committee
yes.
reports out.
Yes.
Can I see the first?
Okay,
Is it ready?
it's filed. I think it's filed, yes.
Okay. There being
But we'll
no,
work with the speaker with any other additional language, of course.
or any additional amendments that will be
Yes.
entertained on the floor. Speaker's
Absolutely.
very excited about that bill, I think.
I am too, especially when I see the
I
speaker.
said I think. You got the speaker's interest, that's for sure.
Yes, I
Okay.
can read it at that time.
Anything else, Senator Dennis? Okay. Okay, we'll go to Senator Frank Uggan. Okay, thank you, Senator Uggan. Senator Snickles? Okay, thank you, Senator Snickles. Senator Underwood, you can move 279. Yeah.
All right. So I humbly ask for us to include Bill 279-33, which is an act to add a new subsection 1 to 3102B of Chapter 3, Title 3, Guam Code Annotated, relative to clarifying eligible age for voting during the primary and general election. And this bill will be substituted by the committee. And I believe Senator Respicio, we are working
Correct.
on incorporating the amendments as proposed by Senator Torres,
Yeah.
as well as Senator Ada. So it will be substituted.
Tony Ada, Senator Tony Ada.
Senator Tony Ada, yes. I was looking at Senator Tony Ada, then I looked at Senator Tom
And then
Ada.
Senator Tom Ada said Tony Ada.
No, but I looked at Senator Tony Ada first.
Okay.
Okay, so that it would just be one. So I do ask committee members not only to include it, but to please vote for the bill.
You get a chance to ask that.
And
But not yet.
And the goal is to, as you pointed out, is to incorporate those amendments into
Amendments.
a substitute bill that would
That's
be
right.
reported out by the committee.
That's right.
Mr. Chair, if I may, just for clarification's sake, so for Bill 277, which is the GMH Triple P, the public-private partnership, is that going to be a substituted or as introduced? Oh, the substituted, right? And then the other one, I just wanted to make sure.
It's good, Senator Dennis, you have two interests now in your bill. Okay, on the motion to place Bill 279 on the agenda, on whatever version is reported out by the committee, there being no objections, so ordered. Okay, I'd like to recognize the minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving us this opportunity to place some bills onto the session agenda. I'd like to place on behalf of Senator Tommy Morrison, Bill 26433, and that's relative to the Southern Development Master Plan.
Okay, on that motion to place that bill on the agenda, hearing no objections, so ordered.
And then also on behalf of Senator Brant McCready, Bill 160-33 as substituted, and this is relative to the Guam Ocean and Fisheries Conservation Act of 2015.
Okay, and I believe that Senator Barnes has been working very hard together with the sponsor to
Right.
come up with a substitute bill
And the
that's
substituted version,
significantly different from what
different
was
from the
introduced.
introduced version.
Okay.
Okay.
So whatever version Senator Barnes reports out. Okay. On that motion to place that bill on the agenda, hearing no objections, so ordered.
That's it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Then I'd like to ask Senator Tom to make motions for my committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to move that we place the appointment of Mr. Robert A. Perrin to be a member of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency Board of Directors, and also Ms.
Florida.
And Ms. Florida M. Sanchez also as a member of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency Board.
Okay, on that motion to place these two individuals on the EPA board, and they're already going on their 14 years of service to EPA board. So on the motion, hearing no objections, so ordered. Okay. There are no other motions to place any more items on the session agenda. Are there any open discussion? There are no open discussion. Yeah, Senator Ada delivered all the motions on behalf of the rest. Yeah. So, okay. There being no further business before this committee on rules, I will entertain a motion to adjourn, subject to the call of the chair. And everybody moves. There are no objections, so ordered.
2:36.